I'm Paul, half of Dads and Dice, and today we are playing Unmatched Tales to Amaze. You may have recently seen Devin and I's playthrough going head to head against each other. Today, I'm going head to head against the Mothman and his reign on Point Pleasant and trying to destroy all the bridges in town. We're going to go ahead and get it set up. We'll see you at the table. Alright, here we are. We have everything set up for Unmatched Adventures. Today we are going to be taking on the Mothman. So like I mentioned before, we are doing a solo play of this, but we're doing it slightly different. I'm not just going to be playing one hero. I will be playing two heroes going up against the Mothman. Here we have Annie Christmas. She's going to be player 1, and then here we have Golden Bat. They're going to be player 2. Throughout the game, we're going to be going through this initiative deck. It's going to give us the order of when the players will go. So we have the Loveland Frog, we have the Skunk Ape, we have the wonderful Mothman with this amazing, amazing looking miniature. We have Annie Christmas, and we have her sidekick, Charlie. Both minions will be starting at 10 on their health dial. Mothman will be starting at 20 on their health dial. Charlie's at 8, Annie Christmas is 14, Golden Bat is at 18. Annie Christmas's special ability is it's going to be +2 to the value of her attacks if she has less health than the defender. And then we have Golden Bat, who if he hasn't maneuvered this turn, then we add 2 to his attacks. So we have two pretty heavy hitters here. In order for us to win the game, we have to defeat Mothman. Simple. Simple as that. In order for Mothman and the minions to win, they either have to defeat every fighter or destroy all 4 bridges. Each of these bridges, whenever you do a maneuver action and you land next to them, you can discard a card from your hand to do the action that's on the bridge. And if there are Doom tokens on there, you can also use that discarded card to get rid of these Doom tokens. At any point, if these Doom tokens run out, our threat marker will go up. Threat marker will go up other ways as well. But if we ever run out of those, the threat marker will go up, and then they will be closer to destroying the bridge. Other than that, this plays very similar to just regular Unmatched. We'll be talking about it as we go, and let's go ahead and get started with the game. So first up, we have Mothman. So Mothman will advance 3 spots to the closest fighter, and it looks like Charlie is the closest fighter. So, let's look at our hand here. And it looks like I only have one thing. So, I guess, do we defend? I think we have to defend. So, we're going to do this defense of 3. It's immediately Annie and Charlie may swap spaces. If they do, your other fighter is now the defender. We'll see if they need to swap spaces or not. Mothman, immediately cancel all effects. So since they are the defender, their effect takes precedence, so we cannot switch. They were only doing 2 damage, and we were blocking 3. So Charlie will not be taking any damage. Very cool. Alright, so that was Mothman's turn. Next up, we have player 1, so that's going to be Annie Christmas and Charlie. So, what do we do here? Charlie has no attacks, so I'm going to have to maneuver with Annie Christmas in order to get something. So I like that. We're going to maneuver, and we'll go 1... 2. So Charlie is still in range. He is a ranged fighter. And then, let's see. Do I have, I do have 2 of the same there. Keep your hands to yourself. And then if I reveal 2 cards of the same, I might cancel all effects on my opponent's card. So I think we're going to do that. We're going to have Charlie shoot Mothman, and they're going to play quite a pair. And I do have 2 of the same named cards. Keep your hands to yourself. And let's see what Mothman does. They will be blocking 3. And it says, after combat, deal 1 damage, but it has been immediately canceled. So, nothing happens to either player. Okay, next up we have the Loveland Frog. And he's going to move, oops, he should be there. Deal 1 damage, moving 3. So the closest fighter is either Charlie or Golden Bat. Let's see what Golden Bat has. Blocking 3. Let's see what Charlie has. Charlie has no blocking. So I think we want to go over to Golden Bat. And Golden Bat will defend. Yeah, I guess Golden Bat will defend here with a terrifying roar. And they will be blocking 3. So Loveland Frog, it emerged from the swamp. Immediately, fighters cannot leave their space for the rest of the turn, so they have to stay there. After combat, place the Loveland Frog in the closest empty starting space. Well, they can't move. Then deal 1 damage to each adjacent opposing fighter. Ooh, I don't like that. I guess we're taking a damage there, because they cannot move. Ooh, that kind of didn't work out for Golden Bat. That's all right. Loveland Frog did what he was supposed to, and he's going to stay right there. Okay, up next we have the Skunk Ape. Skunk Ape is going to move to, looks like Charlie. And we know that Charlie can't do anything. Charlie cannot block anything. So the Skunk Ape will... deal 4 during combat. If the Skunk Ape did not move, he did move. So he is dealing 4 damage to Charlie. Charlie got a rough one there. Down from 8 to 4. Okay. And then that means now it's going to be player 2's turn, which is Golden Bat. And we're not maneuvering. I don't think we want to be next to Loveland Frog at the end of our turn, so we are going to have to move afterwards. Really unfortunate there for Charlie, because he's going to be taking some damage since he's in the Skunk Ape spot. Not good. Okay, I think we're going to go for maybe getting rid of Loveland Frog here. We're going to try to do Super Strength, which is dealing 5 damage. We did not maneuver, so it is going to be +2. So this could potentially be 7 damage. So now, Loveland Frog, what are they doing? They're blocking 2. So they will take 5 damage. And just like that, they're down halfway. Alright, I'm okay with that. And now, this one will go away. This one will go away. And now we have to either maneuver, which we do need cards. So I think we're just going to maneuver. And let's go reveal the top 2 cards of an enemy's deck. Discard 1. Player draws until they have 4 cards. That's not bad either. Let's just maneuver. 1, 2, 3. And, yeah. Actually, let's go here. That's a good spot. 1, 2, 3. And I will draw my card. And that is my turn. Okay, so that is the end of round 1. Mothman. End of round. They advance the threat marker a number of spaces equal to 1 plus the number of Doom tokens on the lowest bridge. So there is 1 Doom token, so we will raise it 2. Nothing for player 1. Loveland Frog. Deal 1 damage to each opposing fighter. No opposing fighters. Add a Loveland Frog Strikes Again initiative card to the initiative deck before you reshuffle. Skunk Ape. Deal damage equal to the threat level to one hero or sidekick adjacent to the Skunk Ape. So unfortunately for Charlie, he's going to be taking 3 damage. He's going to be at 1. We don't like that. And then that is it for the initiative deck. So we will shuffle these. And we will move on to round 2. Round 2.
Round 2. Fight.
All right. I think we're in an okay spot. Let's hope for something good here. Oh, there's Skunk Ape. So he's not going to move. And unfortunately, I have no cards to help Charlie out here. So let's hope for something. Oh, we have the Bestial Bite. During combat, if the opposing fighter is a sidekick, then the value is 5 instead. So Charlie definitely took all the damage there. He is at 0, and Charlie has been defeated. That is our first fighter down. Sorry. All right, next up, we have the Loveland Frog. So he's going to move to the closest fighter. It's going to move 3. So it is going to go to Golden Bat here. And then they're going to draw a card. And let's see what Golden Bat is going to do. We can block 3. If you won the combat, return a random card in your discard pile to your hand. I like that. And that's the only one that we can do. So we're going to be blocking 3. And Loveland Frog got the Deception card. So this Deception card is how the deck gets reshuffled. So unlike our decks where we would go exhausted, the minions and the Mothman, they do not go exhausted. We just reshuffle their deck and start from there. That will go back into the deck and we will shuffle these. Golden Bat did win the combat. And they are going to take this Super Strength card back into their hand. I like that. Maybe we can get rid of the Loveland Frog this turn. Although I do think 5 damage towards Mothman could be beneficial. So this goes into the discard pile. And then up next we have the Loveland Frog striking again. And of course he's going to be striking Golden Bat. Now unfortunately, don't have a defense for it. And let's see what he does. Is he going to hit back? It emerged from the swamp. So it is dealing 2 damage to Golden Bat. Sitting at 15. And then place him in the place him in the closest empty starting space. So it looks like that's 2 away. That's 3 away. So it looks like it's going to go here to space 5. And then deal damage to the adjacent fighters. There are no adjacent fighters. Okay. He's going to be attacking Annie Christmas. And let's see what we have for Annie. After combat, move each fighter in the combat up to 2 spaces. Yeah, that's not bad. Then damage cannot reduce Annie's health below 1. I think we will keep that. We'll just go ahead and do keep your hands to yourself. She does... Ooh, but that's whenever she's attacking. So, alright, keep your hands to yourself. Mothman is doing 3 damage. Immediately, if the printed value of the opponent's card is 4 or higher, it is not. Ignore its value. And then after combat, if Mothman won the combat, add a Doom token to each bridge. Since we took no damage, then they did not win the combat, we won the combat. Alright, and then it's going to be player 1 and player 2. So let's do some damage here. Player 2. I think we go for Mothman here. I think we're going to play Golden Bat. And this is a scheme card, so it's just place Golden Bat in any space. And we're going to go here because we don't want to be adjacent to those. All right, so I think we are going to be playing Super Strength here, and since we did not maneuver, we played the Scheme card, it is going to be +2, so that's going to be 7 damage that we're doing to Mothman. So let's see what Mothman blocks. They are blocking 2, so that will be doing 5 damage. During combat, increase the value of this card by 1 for each destroyed bridge. There has not been any destroyed bridges. And then after combat, place Mothman in the closest empty starting space. So they will take 5 damage, and they'll be sitting at 15. And then they need to go to the closest empty starting space, which looks like it's probably going to be number 3 over here. That's not that great for Annie Christmas there. Player 1 takes a turn. So, again, we don't want to end up next to them, so it doesn't really make a ton of sense to move next to them. But maneuvering could be good just to get some cards in here. So let's maneuver first. And so we'll maneuver and we'll go 1, 2. Again, it doesn't make a ton of sense to end up next to them. I wish I could attack them, but I don't want to take any damage at the end of the round here. So we will just maneuver again just to build up our deck a little bit. Look at that, got 2 long shots. And we'll go 1, 2 here. And then that will be the end of the round. So we go again back over here, and we go through the end of round actions. So Skunk Ape will deal 1 damage equal to the threat level to a hero or sidekick. There's nobody next to him. Loveland Frog will deal 1 damage. There's no one next to him. But they do add another initiative card into the deck. Nothing there. Mothman advances the threat marker a number of spaces equal to 1 plus the number of Doom tokens on the lowest bridge. So that is 2. 1, 2. And then player 1, player 2 does nothing. So we will reshuffle our initiative deck here. And then we will get started with the next round. So Mothman is sitting at 15. Loveland Frog is sitting at 5. Skunk Ape is sitting at 10 right now. Looks like one of our bridges is probably going to be destroyed this round. So we might have to, I don't know, see what we can do. So let's go ahead and go first here. It is the Loveland Frog. So they will move 2 towards Annie Christmas or towards Golden Bat. They can move 2 that way. I think we want them to go towards Annie Christmas. So 1, 2. And Annie Christmas, let's have her just do a long shot. She'll be blocking 3 there. So Loveland Frog will deal 1 damage, and Annie Christmas wins if the opposing fighter is not adjacent to you, which he is. So we take no damage there. All right, and then up next we have Loveland Frog again. They can come out 1 more time. We can't go through them. This might be okay. Let's do this one with Annie. Keep your hands to yourself. After combat, move each fighter in the combat up to 2 spaces. And then so it's going to be the Loveland Frog. They're doing 1 damage. Probably should have eaten that, but you never know. Okay, so after combat, they're going to move 2 spaces. We're going to move them 1, 2. All right, this one goes away. This one goes here. And let's hope it's not the Loveland Frog again. It is the Mothman. Okay, so Mothman will move to Golden Bat. And it looks like this is the closest route to there. Unfortunately, Golden Bat has nothing to block with. So they are just going to have to eat whatever Mothman does here. So Mothman will immediately, if the printed value of opponent's card is 4 or higher, ignore its value. Well, we didn't play a card. And then after combat, if Mothman won, add a Doom token to each bridge. Ooh, that's not good. So we're taking 3 damage. We're sitting at 12. And then we are adding a Doom token to each bridge. And these Doom tokens are super sweet. They're the Kickstarter special little moths that came with it. All right, let's see who is up next. Player 2. So that is Golden Bat. Golden Bat definitely has to maneuver. But we don't want to maneuver right now. I think we're just going to do this earth, a punch to shake the earth. Since we're not maneuvering, this is going to be 3. And then after combat, deal 1 damage to each opposing fighter. So let's see if we will win this one. They're blocking 3. And we are doing 3, so they win the battle. After combat, deal 1 damage to each adjacent opposing fighter. For each fighter damaged this way, add a doom token to the lowest bridge. And then after combat, deal 1 damage to each opposing fighter. So him and I will both take a damage. And then he will add a doom token to the lowest bridge. Alright. Now I definitely do have to maneuver. And we're going to maneuver this way. 1, 2. Let's stay right there. Let's draw a card. And again, it's the punch to shake the earth. So, we are there. What's going to happen next? Skunk Ape is probably going to move to me. Player 1 takes a turn. And I don't know. I kind of want her to do something over here. She needs to possibly also get rid of some doom tokens here because it will be destroying the bridge on this next turn. I guess either way it's technically going to. It's going to move up 3. But we could recover some health before it does that. So let's maneuver to there. We'll draw a card. And then we discard 1. Let's just go ahead and discard this one. I don't know. That's a good one. Let's do... let's do this long shot. We'll discard that card. That gets rid of a doom token. And then a fighter does recover 3 health, so we will go up to Golden Bats on 14. And then I guess we'll just maneuver again, just to kind of get out of the way. And we'll go 1, 2. So that is going to be Annie's turn there. Next up, it's going to be Loveland Frog. And of course, they're going to move 3. And it looks like either way, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 to Golden Bat, or 1, 2, 3 to Annie Christmas. But I think, oops, that's the discard pile. I think we want him to go to Annie Christmas. So 1, 2, 3. And Annie Christmas, after combat, deal 1 damage to the opposing fighter. If you won, deal 2. What are the chances of it just getting the tongue lash? I think we're going to try that. We'll try Striking Beauty. And they are dealing 2, so that's unfortunate. So we will take 1 damage. After combat, place a Loveland Frog in the closest empty starting space, which is right here. Then deal 1 damage to each opposing fighter. So that's kind of nice. Loveland Frog is not next to us at the end of the round. Well, actually, I say that. Oh, yeah, Skunk Ape. Skunk Ape is next. So Skunk Ape is going to move next to Golden Bat. And they're going to do some heavy damage. Let's hope for a Deception card. Nope, back into the brush. If Skunk Ape lost the combat, they did not. So they're dealing 3 damage to us. That 3 damage that we just gained, gone. Okay. Alright, end of round. Nothing. Advance the threat marker a number of spaces equal to 1 plus the number of doom tokens on the lowest numbered bridge. So that is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Destroy a bridge. So we will destroy the lowest bridge there. So once that moves there, we will place Mothman adjacent to the hero with the lowest health. It's going to be Annie Christmas. And then it says each player discards a card. So each player is going to discard a card. I think I'm going to get rid of this one here. And then Annie Christmas will, I guess, get rid of this one here. And then there was 2 Doom tokens on there. Those should go to the next lowest numbered bridge, so that's going to be 3 there. And then this goes back to 1. So that was Mothman. Loveland Frog, deal 1 damage. There's nobody next to them. We added the last Loveland Frog initiative card. And then the Skunk Ape deals damage equal to the threat level to 1 hero or sidekick. So we got lucky there. It is doing 1 damage to Golden Bat. So we're at 10. Alright, and then these will shuffle up. And we will start again. I think we need to just definitely start going after Mothman at this point. And just kind of go for broke. So, let's see who is going first here. We have Loveland Frog moving 1 to Annie Christmas. Annie Christmas is in a bad spot. Let's not block anything here and see what happens. Deception card. Nice. So that is the 001. That one goes in here. We will shuffle this deck up. And no damage to Annie Christmas. Wow, that was lucky. That was very lucky. But, unfortunately, she cannot move. She is stuck. Not in a good place. We need one of those Loveland Frog ones to come out that lets them move. Here we go. Mothman. So Mothman is going to be attacking Annie Christmas. And we are going to try to block 4 here. And Mothman will Unimaginable Terror. So it's dealing 4. We are preventing 4. So we win combat. Theirs is deal 1 damage to each adjacent fighter. For each fighter damage this way, add a Doom token to the lowest numbered bridge. So they will go there. Annie will take 1. And then our after combat, if your fighter is adjacent to a friendly fighter, which they are not, so we're not recovering any health. Okay, next up. Loveland Frog going to attack Annie Christmas. Unfortunately, Annie has no cards. Deception, once again, I promise I shuffled. But they're not going to do anything. We're going to shuffle these back up. So no damage for Annie Christmas. No damage whatsoever. I like it. We're getting a little lucky. Okay, initiative. Loveland Frog, once again, will not be a deception card. It emerged from the swamp, dealing 2 damage. Place the Loveland Frog in the closest empty starting space. And Annie will take 2 damage. And there are no opposing fighters, so there's no damage being done there. Not the Loveland Frog, please. Player 1. Okay, player 1 should probably... how much is Skunk Ape going to block? I really just need to maneuver. That's really what I need to do. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to draw a card. And then we're going to move 1, 2, 3 again. Mothman has already gone. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. And we'll do this one. And we're actually going to discard this card here. It's going to get rid of that Doom token, and it's going to let me take the ability to a player draws until they have 4 cards. So I'll draw 2 more cards there. And there is some good ones that I like. Okay, let's hope it's Annie Christmas. It sure is Annie Christmas. So they are going to maneuver. I would love for them to get right here. That's kind of impossible. But they will maneuver 1, 2. I'll draw that card. And then they're going to maneuver again. 1, 2. And here's another one. Okay. So that was Annie's turn. Next up we have the Skunk Ape. So Skunk Ape is going to maneuver 3. I don't believe they can get next to us. 1, 2, 3. They can. So they're next to Golden Bat. Now, thankfully, Golden Bat has some things to do now. Let's see. If Golden Bat shares no space in the space he started, move Golden Bat up to 5 spaces. That's kind of nice. If you won the combat, move one of the fighters in the combat up to 2 spaces. I think we have to do that because we need to move the Skunk Ape. So we're going to block 4 with Golden Bat. Skunk Ape is doing 3. If Skunk Ape lost, put its initiative card at the bottom of the initiative deck. So it's going to have another turn. And we can move him 2 spaces. Doesn't really matter. But it will go 1, 2. Okay. It's going to be the Loveland Frog. They're moving 3. 1, 2 to Annie Christmas. And Annie Christmas, should she eat it or should she block? She's going to eat it. We're going to see what happens here. Deception. I promise I'm shuffling these decks. I promise I'm shuffling it. So that's going back here now. Look, here I go. Shuffling it. Shuffling the decks. We'll even go here. Alright, so no damage for Annie Christmas. And then it's going to be Skunk Ape's turn again. Since they lost, they're going to move here to Golden Bat. We're going to do this one here, which allows Golden Bat to move. So they'll be blocking 2. And this is Skunk Ape. They're doing 2 during combat. It is not a sidekick, so Golden Bat wins. If Golden Bat shares no zones with the space he started this turn, that doesn't matter. Move Golden Bat up to 5 spaces. So where do we want to go? I think we kind of want to go up here to Mothman. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Let's just go right there. That works for now. And then this goes away. All right, so that is end of round. Mothman, advance the threat marker 1 plus 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to go up 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ugh, that was a lot in one turn. Okay. Deal 1 damage to each opposing fighter. 1 to Annie Christmas. Deal damage equal to the threat level. Nobody around. Good. We will shuffle these up, and then we'll start the next round. Again, like I said it this turn. I really need to do it for this round, and I think we need to start attacking Mothman. It is not going the best for us right now. Mothman is sitting at 14 health. I think Golden Bat can do something. They also need to draw some cards. So we want Mothman to move next to him, or we need to play a scheme card, which we don't have any right now. So, all right, what's going on? We have player 1 taking a turn, and they can move 2. I like this, I think. I'm going to maneuver next to Mothman. I am going to play this scheme card. I don't know if I like this. It's going to put me in a tough space. I'm going to... I need a maneuver. I need cards. Could go 1-2, deal 2 damage to them, but that really doesn't do much. I need to go for Mothman. I'm going to play this scheme card. Oh, man, I don't know. This lets me place Annie in an empty space in my zone, which could be here. And then I could move him into my zone as well. Then I gain an action. I think that's what we're going to do. So we're going to play the scheme card, place Annie in an empty space in her zone. So I'm in green. I'm going to go there. And then it says place another friendly fighter in an empty space in Annie's zone. So blue. We're both in blue. And then I get to gain an action. So then I'm actually going to maneuver. Go 1-2. And then we are going to try to deal 5 to Mothman there. So immediately deal up to 2 damage to Annie to draw that many cards. That might be good. But we're going to be doing 5 damage to Mothman. And they are blocking 2 of it. So during combat, increase the value of this card by 1 for each destroyed bridge. So there's only 1 destroyed bridge. So that's 3. Then after combat, place Mothman in the closest starting empty spot. So I do have less health than Mothman. So that's going to be +2. So we're sitting at 7. They have +1. So they're sitting at 3. So that's +3 total. I'm sorry. That's they're at 3. I'm at 7. So that's dealing 4 damage to them. 4 damage to Mothman. So they're at 10. And then it does say, deal up to 2 damage to Annie to draw that many cards. I think I'm going to deal 1 damage to Annie to draw a card. What was that card? Something, okay. Alright, now we need a golden bat to go. Mothman. So let's see, who is he going to attack? Is he going to attack Golden Bat or Annie? I think he's going to attack Annie. And Annie's going to block 4. Immediately cancel all effects. That's okay. I wasn't next to a friendly fighter. But I do win that combat, and that moves on. Okay, come on, Golden Bat. Skunk Ape. They're going to move next to either Annie or Golden Bat. We don't want him next to either of them. But if we move him here, makes it harder for the Loveland Frog to come after us. So the Skunk Ape is going to attack Golden Bat. I don't think Golden Bat's going to defend anything. It is the last card anyway, so it's got to be the Deception card. And it definitely is. So we're not doing any damage to Golden Bat. All right. And then next up we have Golden Bat. Hopefully we have Golden Bat up next. Let's see what it is. Loveland Frog. So they're going to have to move next to us somehow. 1, 2, 3. Their closest fighter is over here. And since Skunk Ape is here, they can't land on that spot. But they can go through them. But that is not adjacent. So they're going to have to go here. 1, 2, 3. And since this bridge was destroyed, then they cannot go through it. And then unfortunately they can't do any damage. Player 2 takes a turn, so now we have Golden Bat. We're going to be attacking Mothman. And we're going to attack Mothman. Ooh, he's kind of stuck also. We're going to do... Not a good place for Golden Bat to be, I just realized. Well, they're going to do 3 damage, I think. Let's see. 3, 4, 5. This would be... Pretty sure this is their last card, so that means it's got to be the Deception card. We have not maneuvered, so this would be 3. After combat, deal 1 damage to each opposing fighter. If you won, deal 2. So I think this is the better card. We'll do that. Like I said, this got to be the Deception card. It sure is. So this is 3. So they're taking 3 damage there. So they're down to 7. And then it says, after combat, deal 1 damage to each opposing fighter. If you won, deal 2. So Mothman is down to 5. And Skunk Ape is taking 2 damage there because they are adjacent. Okay. We're getting close. Mothman is sitting at 5. Let's shuffle the Mothman's deck. And then see who's coming out. Alright, so Golden Bat is sitting at 10 health. Annie Christmas is sitting at 8 health. Mothman is 5. Loveland Frog is 5. Skunk Ape is 8. He is going to be taking 5 damage at the end of this round. Because he's adjacent to Skunk Ape. Unless... well, we'll see what happens. It's possible he takes a little bit less, but we'll see. Loveland Frog goes here. Going to be attacking Annie Christmas. I don't think Annie's going to do anything. Annie's just going to see what Loveland Frog has to offer. 2, place a Loveland Frog in the closest empty starting space, which is here. Or here. We'll keep him here. And then taking 2 damage to Annie Christmas, so she's at 6. Oh, it's going to be Loveland Frog again. We're just going to take it again. 2, same thing. Annie's at 4. And then it's going to be Loveland Frog one more time. And Annie will block this one. So it's keeping your hands to yourself. They're dealing 1. If the Loveland Frog won the combat, deal 2 damage to an adjacent opposing fighter. They did not win it, so they will stay there. After combat, move each fighter in the combat up to 2 spaces. So they will move 2 spaces. And then I will move... I will not move. I'll stay there. Alright, and then that's the end of the round here. So, advance the threat marker. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is going to destroy a bridge. These go to the next lowest one. That bridge gets taken out. Each player discards a card. Ooh, it's both of our last cards. That's kind of terrible. Mothman recovers 1 health for each player still in the game, so they're going to recover 2 health. And this goes back to 1. Skunk Ape deals damage next to the threat level, so it's just 1, so Golden Bat takes 1. Loveland Frog deals 1, they're not next to anybody, and then that's it. Okay, we're getting close, but both Golden Bat and Annie Christmas are out of cards, which is absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. All right, let's see who is going first here. We have Skunk Ape, who's going to attack Golden Bat, who has nothing to block anything with, and is doing 2. It is not a sidekick, so it's doing 2 damage to Golden Bat. Golden Bat's at 7. Next up, we have Loveland Frog, who's going to move next to Annie Christmas, who can't do anything, and is going to do 1, which he did win the combat, so it's going to be 2 damage to an adjacent opposing fighter. So it's going to do 3 damage total to Annie Christmas. Annie Christmas is at 1. I don't like this. Let's hope it's not the Loveland Frog again. It's player 2, so they're going to have to maneuver. And unfortunately, it's a defense card, so we can't do anything with that. So we're going to maneuver again. And that is our turn. Player 1, nope, Loveland Frog. They're going to attack Annie Christmas. Annie Christmas can't do anything. Annie Christmas is done. She is out of the game. It's up to Golden Bat. Next up, we have the Loveland Frog again, and he's going to go... I don't think there's any way for him to get to Golden Bat here, so I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure what the best thing to do for the Loveland Frog there. If you know, drop a comment below. Let me know. Then we have the Mothman, who's going to attack Golden Bat. Golden Bat is obviously going to use this 3 defense and immediately cancel all effects on the card. Mothman, a hoax. Oh, great. So we just wasted a card for that. All right. Not good. I don't like how this is standing. Golden Bat is about to take a ton of damage at the end of the round here. Next up, we should have a player 1 who is unfortunately out of the game now. Sorry, Annie. And then Loveland Frog, who I guess we'll just move there since Golden Bat is there. Skunk Ape, deal damage equal to the threat level, so it's at 1. Golden Bat takes 1. Nothing happens. Loveland Frog, deal 1 damage. Nope, nothing. Mothman advances the threat number 1 plus the number of Doom tokens, so up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then that's it. Okay. Getting close. Golden Bat needs something. He's in a very bad spot. He's stuck. It was probably a very terrible choice for me to put him there with Annie Christmas. I realize that now. So, let's see who's going up first. Loveland Frog, they can't do anything. We're just going to keep them there. Again, Loveland Frog. Mothman. So he's going to deal damage to Golden Bat. Golden Bat's going to try to block 2 of it. And they're doing 4 damage. During combat, increase the value by 1 for each destroyed bridge, so that's 6. And then place Mothman in the closest empty starting space. I like that movement. And then Golden Bats is after combat, 3 cards. Look at the top 3 cards of the opponent's deck, put them back in any order. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3. I think that's the closest. 1, 2. Yeah, that's the closest there. So they'll be over there. So at least they moved. We're going to look at the top 3 of Mothman's deck. We're going to put them back in any order. Let's do that one, and then those are the same. Okay. Let's hope for Golden Bat, Skunk Ape. They're going to do some damage to Golden Bat. Golden Bat has no cards, dealing 3. So Golden Bat is sitting at 3. Now Loveland Frog, they can get over there. 1, 2, 3. Not this turn, but that's where they're going to want to go. Now it's going to be Golden Bat's turn. So they have 3 movement. We don't want to end adjacent here. Unfortunately, I think that's the only place we can end if we want to do something. Because I'm trapped now. So let's maneuver. I'll draw my card. Yep, not necessarily what I wanted. And then let's maneuver again. And we'll just go to here. Yeah, we'll just go to there. Oh man, I'm a little stressed. Okay. Nothing happens there. Mothman advances the threat marker. So these 4 go to here. This bridge gets destroyed. Mothman recovers a health. They're sitting at 8. Add 1 to all enemy attacks for the rest of the game. This goes back there. And then nothing else happens because nobody else is adjacent. Let's go to the initiative here. All right, we've got 8 health for Mothman. Golden Bat has 3. It's looking kind of grim. It is possible, I think. Possibly, it is possible. The next attack that Mothman is doing is 2, so I can block that. But it does immediately cancel all effects on the opponent's card. The 2 after that are dealing 4 damage. So let's just see what happens here. Loveland Frog, going Golden Bat. I have to do it. This have to block it. They're just doing 1. Shouldn't have blocked it. That's okay. Let's see what comes up next. Another Loveland Frog. I cannot block this one. They're dealing 1 damage. I'm sitting at 2. No more Frog. Skunk Ape. 1. I can't block anything. Dealing 4 damage. And that gets rid of Golden Bat. They are gone. So, that was our playthrough of Unmatched against the villain, the Mothman. They won. They took it over there at the end. I think I know... I don't know. I messed up putting Golden Bat here in this spot, and then he had no escape. I thought it would work at the time. Looks like it didn't. But you know, that's something that I really enjoy about this game. Each decision really matters. It did end up to a fairly close match. You know, they were down to 5 at one point. They recovered since all these bridges were destroyed. All right, so that was it. That was a solo playthrough featuring Golden Bat and Annie Christmas against Mothman. Unfortunately, we came out on the wrong side of things this time. But that's what I really enjoy about this game. I like the initiative deck. I like not knowing the order of when it's going to be your turn and what actions you can do. It really makes it feel for a very tight experience, and I really enjoy that. I've played this game a handful of times now, and my win-loss ratio is pretty even, and that's exactly what you want in a game like this. This is a game that's going to continue to hit the table, and definitely I'm going to be trying some of the other heroes and the other hero boxes that I have. If you have played this with the other heroes, let me know which ones have been your favorite against Mothman or against the Martian invaders. As for now, that's it for me. As always, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. That stuff really does help our channel grow. Until next time.